She is known but by one name, Maria's. This box is a beast. I remember opening it from the Amazon package, and it just felt like a block of concrete in it. It's just the quality, it raises the bar just by holding onto this thing. It's so heavy, it's just got a lot of heft to it. It's solid. Funny enough, out of all the covers, because there's smaller selections, I always, if I can, I try to get the larger set just to show you what's available in the range of colors. But out of all of them, this ended up being possibly my least favorite cover. So of course, that's the one that's going to be on the largest set. When looking at this box, the shape of it and just the design of it, the first thing that came to mind was the Polychromos Duke pencils. And that's one of those that when you open it up, once you take it out the sleeve, it has just the pencils held by these paper pouches. That was a little underwhelming. And then the other set that comes to mind is Artex. Absolutely love Artex, but it's one of the worst packages. The lid is what's holding the bottom part of the box together, so I wasn't really crazy about that. I think the box is really cute, but the issue is the way the pencils are stored inside is it's horrid. But this right here, when you open it, it's neither of those things. This gives you what you think you're about to get when you pick this box up. If we look at it here, I mean, this is gorgeous. This will give you a coloroscopy. There is so many. Just look at the selection. The tray itself too. Like, it's such a good grip. There's these little teeth on the bottom that interlock with each tray, and on top of that, it's almost like an airtight suction when you're trying to lift up each of these lids. Look at the range. What this reminds me of is, I got them over here. Y'all remember these pencils? They're the Progresso Woodless. I think they still sell this cover, but this one is so old. I got this one just centuries ago. This one, I don't think they sell this cover anymore. But what I want to point out is this tray. I hadn't seen a tray like this before these pencils, and frankly, not even after it until this set came along. They even have the little plastic dividers there that you'll find here. The issue with these is every now and then, a pencil will kind of pop up in one of the trays, and when you got to push it down, one of the other pencils will pop up. It's like there's one section in each of these tray that's a little tighter than others, and it just doesn't want to hold all the pencils properly. You can kind of see how this one is coming up here. And if you go to, like I said, if I force it down, it's going to pop another one back up. All in all, this is a beautiful, beautiful display for pencils. And the colors are just, they are a treat to your eye. Let's look at one of them here. So that's what I'm talking about right there. If we grab one of these here. You have the solid green. It has an okay gloss on it. You have the word oil here. This is a little different. Sometimes you'll see oily color pencil if it's like a generic set. This one actually has the drop of oil and the word oil. This is one of those things that I think at this stage of the game, everybody watching or close to it knows that every pencil is made with oil and wax. That's a video in itself, but I wish that every company would put a little symbol of oil if they want it to be an oil, if they're classifying it as an oil pencil. It's just really convenient. If for no other reason for me making these videos, because I've had to look up before when doing a certain set to see what that brand was calling, what they were labeling their pencils as, whether it was oil or wax. You have Maria's here, and then at the very top, you have the organization number. You have Chinese characters in the middle. The back has been dipped. For the most part, if I recall, all of the leads are centered. Now, to be fair, I did have one pencil that was absolutely decimated by I don't want to say it's a packaging. I think it was just one of those goofs where the pencil was just pretty much destroyed. And maybe one or two that the wood came up to the tip. They sharpened really good. They felt really good in your hand. Again, this is just I was I was not expecting too much in the ways of performance. Just I kind of heard so things. It was hit or miss when I was reading reviews on these. And then when I got the package, I got to be honest, my bar went pretty high up because, again, the quality, just feeling the package, the quality shot my expectations higher. I thought the pencils weren't going to live up to it, and at the end of the day, they do. You're going to get what you pay for with these pencils. If we look at the palette, so the colors they offer are beautiful, just stunning colors. They give you the range that you're looking for. It goes from your really, really pasty yellows into your vivid oranges. It goes into your reds, your browns, and a nice range of those, a great range of browns. Your greens, it offers from your deep pine all the way to your light, almost just flirting with neon green. Your blues and your turquoise are there. It even gives you a really nice range of grays. You have your cools and your warms both mixed in. At 168, almost 170 colors, there's not even a lot of repeats, which was another thing that I was really happy with. Usually, the larger the sets you get, especially when it gets over 120, and even then, a lot of times in the 120 sets, you'll come across like two purples that are identical, or sometimes three or four yellows that are identical or close to it. This didn't have a lot of that. I would say maybe, let's say, five colors, which again is not bad for almost 170. About five colors that were pretty close together. There is one issue I did have. They gave me two number 46s, which really, really stinks because I have absolutely no idea which one is the color I'm missing. And it did throw my color palette off by one. And I have absolutely no idea how to fix that. As far as the performance goes, I would like to say, to give you an idea, if you have not used one of these pencils, to me, it's somewhere between a Colleen and a Starjoy, where it has the smoothness of the Starjoy, but it has a rich, great pigment, and it lays down a lot like a Colleen. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to fight with the pencil to get the value where you want it. It lays down really, really smooth. It layers really well. I found myself putting 3 to 4 layers before I actually had, before it started rolling and giving me a hard time with it. And again, just the range of colors, I was grinning the whole time I was using them because some of the colors popped so well. And the greens, which are usually gritty in a lot of colors, like, your reds will be real smooth, and your yellow, even at a cheap set, those colors, the pigments usually crushed up really well. But in this case, the greens were also pretty smooth for the most part. I did come across a couple of greens and a couple of blues that you did get that pigment where it wasn't crushed really well. But I mean, that you could expect that. But I gotta say, all in all, this would be a set that, especially if you're a beginner and you're ready to expand your color palette, this is a good set to do it with, just because the 160 it's almost 170, but the 168 colors that it offers is everything you're going to need to give you the outcome you're looking for while coloring a page. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a recommendation. If you get a chance and it's something you want to expand your collection to, or if you just want to get a starter set, I would go ahead and recommend Maria's.
Sugar Solito.